The holographic message flickered above Benjamin's wristcom as he calibrated the gravity stabilizers in Bay 7. Samantha Chen, the human's inner biologist who joined their mixed-species crew 3 months ago, rarely messaged him directly. Need a boyfriend for this weekend? Interested? Benjamin nearly dropped his plasma wrench. Around him, the Valkyrie engineers, towering beings of crystalline structure, paused their work, their photoreceptors dimming with curiosity. He typed back with oil-stained fingers. I'm not sleeping on the couch, am I? The response came instantly. Real bed, real convincing. Family reunion on Earth Station Harmony. Long story. We'll explain over dinner, please. 20 minutes later, Benjamin sat across from Samantha in the mess hall, watching her nervous fingers shred a protein bar wrapper into geometric patterns. My family thinks I'm dating someone, she began. I may have exaggerated my social life in my letters home. For 2 years, Benjamin raised an eyebrow. And you chose me because you're human, you're male, you don't actively hate me. She paused. Also, you once fixed a hull breach with duct tape and a cargo net while everyone else was panicking. That's exactly the kind of insane competence my family would expect from someone I date. The Valkyrie called it adaptive improvisation. The Zynthians termed it chaotic problem solving, but across the galaxy, there was another name for humanity's peculiar gift. They simply refused to accept that anything was impossible. Benjamin had earned his reputation honestly when the ship's medical bay lost power during a Kravix diplomatic crisis. He'd rigged a hand-crank generator from exercise equipment. When their food synthesizers failed near a dead zone, he'd taught the crew to fish using adapted mining equipment and vacuum-sealed nets. The other species found it baffling. Humans found it Tuesday. Your family knows you work on a ship with 47 different species, right? Why does it matter if my grandmother, Samantha interrupted, survived the first contact wars? She watched Terran cities burn before the Alliance formed. She's traditional about humans sticking together. Her voice softened. She's also dying. Benjamin, this is probably her last family gathering. I just want her to think I'm happy and settled before she goes. Benjamin studied Samantha's face, the determination in her jaw, the vulnerability in her eyes. It was the same expression she'd worn when she'd walked unarmed into a Heka breeding chamber to retrieve contaminated samples, trusting her research and her nerve over weapons. Humans, the galaxy had learned, were terrifyingly sentimental creatures. One condition, Benjamin said. When your cousin asks how we met, I'm telling the airlock story. Samantha's laugh was genuine. Deal. Earth Station Harmony gleamed against the void, a spinning wheel of human ambition and stubbornness. Built after the wars as proof that humanity wouldn't be caged on their homeworld, the Chen family had reserved an entire observation deck, and Benjamin could see 40-plus relatives through the transparent aluminum as their shuttle approached. Okay, boyfriend, Samantha muttered, gripping his hand. Showtime. Her grandmother, Chen Malin, sat in a mobile support chair, her augmented eyes still sharp despite her frail body. She examined Benjamin with the intensity of someone who'd negotiated with hostile aliens and lived to tell about it. Samantha says, you're an engineer, she said, in Mandarin. Benjamin responded in the same language, rusty but respectful. Yes, ma'am. Mechanical systems specialist, currently serving on the ISV Prometheus. That ship almost lost containment last year during the Veil Nebula expedition. I read the reports. Her gaze intensified. The chief engineer improvised a solution using mining drones and cargo straps. That was you. Just doing my job, ma'am. Malin's laugh was sharp as broken glass. My job was negotiating trade routes. I didn't redesign propulsion systems mid-flight. She reached out, gripping his hand with surprising strength. You're either genuinely brilliant or genuinely insane. Both are acceptable in this family. Throughout the evening, Benjamin found himself absorbed into the chaos of a human family gathering, relatives who argued passionately about everything from terraforming ethics to the best recipe for mooncakes, who hugged fiercely and teased mercilessly. It reminded him why humanity had thrived among the stars. They carried their tribalism with them but expanded it, making families out of crews, homes out of cold metal stations. He caught Samantha watching him as he helped her young nephew troubleshoot a broken toy robot, an impossible fix that humans simply did because quitting wasn't in their vocabulary. Later, on the observation deck, under Earth's distant glow, Malin called them over. I'm old, not blind, she said quietly. You two aren't dating. Samantha's face went pale, but Malin raised a hand. But you could be. The way you watch each other's backs, finish each other's thoughts, trust without question, that's rarer than love. Granddaughter, that's partnership. She smiled. I've seen enough political marriages and empty romances. What you two have is better. Don't waste it being stupid. The shuttle ride back was quiet until Benjamin finally spoke. So, about that couch, Samantha turned, confused. If we're going to do this properly, he continued, I should clarify. I'm definitely not sleeping on any couches. Fair warning. Her smile started slow, then bloomed into something radiant. Deal. But you're explaining to my grandmother why it took us 3 months to figure this out. I'll tell her the truth, Benjamin said, pulling her close. Humans are exceptional at impossible things. It's the simple stuff we overcomplicate. As their shuttle merged back into the shipping lanes, Earth Station Harmony spun on another impossible human achievement in a galaxy that had learned to stop doubting them. After all, they were the species that turned boyfriends into family and wrenches into starship repairs. They were humanity. Impossible was just their starting point.